He was the guy for the job.
And it's an honor for me to do it.
Lamar, you also tied a franchise record for most touchdown passes in the season. You tied many testimonies.
Throwing them.
With throwing.
No running records. Besides the rushing record, but throwing, that's amazing. Like I said, you guys should have trusted me. Should have left it alone. I told you I was good.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to First Take. Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman, Lewis Riddick joins us in the studio as well, and I'm Rachel Lindsay, stepping in for Molly Karen Rose.
Lewis.
Happy Friday, everyone.
Absolutely. What's going on?
How are you? Friday the 13th, to be exact.
Forgot all about
You look like you didn't realize that.
I didn't. I'm just too busy admiring Stephen A's,
The ensemble.
The ensemble.
Is that what it is?
Well, everyone just put on a suit and tie, man. It's just not that hard.
Well, Max,
we always put on a suit and tie. The problem is that's all you have, unless you're wearing hammer pants.
No, I got that.
I'm glad I missed the hammer pants.
By the way, the hammer pants. The hammer pants were Tom Ford, but they just fit the waist.
May I ask a question?
You know what I mean?
May I ask a question?
Yeah.
Were those hammer pants a part of the suit?
I know you're not talking to me about hammer pants. You got a racing stripe down a turtleneck right now.
Is it smooth? It's smooth as hell. It's smooth as hell. Are you not paying attention?
Hammer pants. I had some hammer pants.
You didn't see it. And then went on national television and admit that he got a little excessive over the Thanksgiving holiday, and that was the reason why. He even lied. At least my pants are just baggy on Thanksgiving Day. It's just baggy.
My man, you had on Jabos from like '88. What are you talking about?
That's right. And it was '88. And it was in. And your stuff was bad. And then admitted it was because he was rotund after the Thanksgiving holiday.
Shame him.
You got to hit the steam room.
Let's
All
move
right,
on.
as you guys can tell, we have an exciting and fun show planned for you today. Last night, we saw Lamar Jackson have another stellar performance on the field, which included breaking Michael Vick's single-season rushing record for a quarterback. Now, here was Action Jackson himself after the game.
It's pretty cool. My favorite player growing up, but it's amazing, and I'm going to cherish that forever. And we just got to keep it going. Records meant to be broken, like he said. I heard him say that, and it's an honor for me to do it.
Lamar, you also tied a franchise record for most touchdown passes in the season. You tied many testimonies.
Throwing them.
With throwing.
No running records. Besides the rushing record, but throwing, that's amazing. Like I said, you guys should have trusted me. Should have left it alone. I told you I was good.
All right, so we now welcome in ESPN NFL analyst Lewis Riddick to the show. Now, I'm going to start this question, though, with you, Max. How impressed were you last night with Lamar Jackson's performance?
Totally impressed. He has now iced the MVP. Like, everyone's going to talk about breaking the rushing record last night. He threw 5 touchdown passes. The man threw 5 touchdown passes. And you saw him looking off receivers, flinging it the other way. You saw him putting it on guys' steps all the way down the field, placing the ball where only the receiver can make. And look, I'm not claiming his accuracy is like Peyton Manning in his prime yet. But he's 22 years old. He's 22 doing that. And you could talk, Stephen A., you did yesterday, and we talked a lot about how his running sets a lot of that up, and it creates problems and mismatches in different ways because the way you have to defend him, whatever. Watch the man play from the pocket. Like, it is impossible. And if that trend continues, what are you going to do with this guy? I've said for a while, look, there's Patrick Mahomes, and there's the rest of the NFL, because I didn't know if Lamar Jackson's kind of play was sustainable. But that was not presuming that the passing ability and the accuracy down the field would continue at like breakneck trajectory, right? It's Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, and everyone else needs to catch up.
Look, there's no question there were things that he needed to improve on from year 1 to year 2. Primarily, that being his ability to push the ball outside the numbers, 15, 20 yards downfield. And he's done that. Now, it's kind of like this. If you notice how many times wide receivers are getting behind the second and third level of this defense, it's because you're scared to death of him running the football, which that's not to take anything away from his ability to pass, but he's making it easier on himself because he will gash you running the football.
Keep you honest.
So your mindset is this as a defender. I played on that side of the ball, so I know when you have a guy like this, and now all of a sudden you have to defend all 11 people as far as the running game is concerned, your inclination is, I need to go this way. I need to go towards him because I don't want him coming at me like this. I don't want him making me look stupid. So as soon as you come forward, what happens is you guys have guys like Mark Andrews and Hollywood Brown who are behind you going, I'm wide open. And look, every quarterback would love to throw in the huge open windows. Lamar has some of those. He's making some tight window throws. And so really what he is right now is he's the perfect weapon. The only when we say whether or not this style of play is sustainable, we mean this. He took one big shot last night from a linebacker who was coming inside out and put a big lick on him. Mm-hmm. That's what you mean when you say is it sustainable, because as good as he is not unbreakable.
And there are guys brought up that before this game, he's been contacted like 30-something more times than any other quarterback.
Right, exactly. Now, he does do a great job of protecting himself along the sidelines because you know what? He gets on the perimeter so quickly. You just don't want to see him take too many shots like that. And teams are going to start hunting him down and trying to put those licks on him. But if you don't, it's over. It's just over. Because there's nothing you can do with him. If you don't hit him and deter him from wanting to run, it's over. Period.
He was I mean, look, he is I. Look, guys, look, we're not. See, what Max does, and he's so slick about this, Max is a master at changing the conversation. The reality is that we all recognize the greatness of Lamar Jackson and what we've been witnessing. When I say, here's I'm talking about last night. That's all I'm talking about. Not talking about the season, because remember, 2 weeks ago I said MVP's locked. It's done. It's Lamar Jackson's, okay? We understand how great he has been this year, how great he looks. We understand it's an upgrade from Michael Vick. We understand his ability to run the football. They're the number one rushing attack in football. He's the leading rusher for the number one rushing attack in football. We know how electrifying he is, particularly how evasive he is and what he can do when he gets in the open space. Here's where I'm saying he's all right. It's Thursday night against the Jets. The Jets ain't good when you give them 14 days to prepare. How the hell they gonna do how the hell they gonna be when you give them 4 days to prepare? I mean, really? The New York Jets last night. We talk about listen, it's the truth.
It's true, but it's mean. But it's true.
Listen, Jamal Adams wasn't there. My man, he wasn't there. Okay, here's the deal. The New York Jets gave up 218 yards rushing last night. We just want to throw by that. We just want to blow by that, huh? I mean, he had 86. This man didn't run for 200 yards. They ran for 218 yards. He had 86 of them. When it's the New York Jets, anything's possible. Anything's possible. When it's Adam Gates' team, anything's possible. We all know there was garbage time that was arriving because you're up 42 or 35, 14 or whatever. What I'm saying to you is that Lamar Jackson, we're talking today because, oh, my God, he had 5 touchdown passes. Okay? Yeah, it's impressive, but it's against the Jets. I'll repeat, who look like garbage when they got 14 days to prepare, let alone 4. And then you got Jamal Adams, he's not playing, and then we're making a big deal. You know what they actually said on the broadcast last night? Oh, Le'Veon Bell's having a great game. I mean, it's a very impressive game. 21 carries, 87 yards. This is Le'Veon Bell. I'm not saying that's not impressive. It's 4 yards a carry. Don't get me wrong. This is Le'Veon Bell we're talking about. And we're making a big deal over the fact that he had 87 yards. All I'm trying to say to you is, if that doesn't tell you how much the Jets have regressed, I don't know what will.
Here's the best compliment I can pay to Lamar Jackson. Mm-hmm. More than any other quarterback in the NFL, probably more than any other offensive player, period, in the NFL, he forces all 11 defenders to play a complete game. Meaning, every defender on defense has to be able to rush the passer or defend the pass. Every single guy. Corners, safeties, linebackers, defensive linemen. Because if one person isn't willing to sell out against the run or the pass, he will find you.
Well, how about
Just like Liam Neeson said, I will find you.
He has a particular
and I will you.
Specific set of skills.
That's right. And that's what he is. Yeah. He's like Liam Neeson.
And those skills include now
I will find you.
Increasingly threading the needle and hitting you on your steps all the way down the field. Exactly outside the numbers. How about this? You say you're not impressed with the Jets, right? He put 30 on the Seahawks in a win, 37 on the Pats in a win. 45 on the Rams.
Which is why we were raving about him 4 weeks before today.
Well, how much you want him to put on the Jets?
I'm not saying that.
42?
No, what I'm saying to you, I'm the guy that came on the air and said, why are we having this game? I'm the guy that came on the air and say, why are we announcing that the Jets are playing Thursday? How come we can't say Lamar Jackson? The Lamar Jackson show continues. How come we couldn't say the Ravens? Why did we even mention the fact that the Jets have a nationally televised game? Is that not what I said? Is that not what I said?
Fair enough.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
But what I'm talking about is, you say it doesn't matter if the Jets have 14 days to prepare, really, or let alone 4. It doesn't really matter who Lamar Jackson's playing. If it's the Jets, if it's the Rams, if it's the Pats, even teams like the Bills and the Niners can't keep him under